afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. The headlines. CHILUFYA maintains his allegations against President Edgar Lungu. PF's BANDA disgraces PF's DORA SILIYA as he goes solo. Join me with the Midday News in detail after this commercial.
President Dr. Edgar Lungu and the PF have placed a high value on the participation of women in entrepreneurship. They have promised to modernize township and highway markets to make them suitable for trading, especially by women who are the predominant users, to achieve wider economic growth. Vote for Edgar Lungu and the PF that have brought you change.
And now the media news in detail. Petauke Central rejected aspiring candidate under the Patriotic Front, Emmanuel Banda, commonly known as JJ, has opted to go independent in the August 12th elections. This is the second time Mr. Banda is contesting Petauke Central as independent, with the first being in 2016 after he was once again left out. Addressing the media Thursday, Mr. Banda says he is the right candidate to deliver development as the son of the soil. He explains that Petauke has remained underdeveloped due to bad leadership at parliamentary level. Mr. Banda, who has also cited irregularities in the adoption process, has vowed to continue supporting President Edgar Lungu while on his independent campaign trail. He notes that the president has massively delivered according to the people's expectations, but that some members of parliament are sabotaging his development.
After being left out on adoptions for the second time, being in 2016 and 2021, Petauke Central Patriotic Front aspiring candidate Emmanuel JJ Banda has announced that he will stand as an independent member of parliament.
I'll stand as independent. Yeah, that it comes to because of the people of Petauke. The people I want to represent. The people I want to represent, they've cried for so long. And this message goes to them.
Mr. Banda justifies his decision to stand as an independent MP on account that the current representative, DORA SILIYA, has failed to deliver development, especially in the education sector.
Petauke Central. Today we are being called that we are not educated, or maybe we don't know how to talk, how to speak English. It's due to the distance to the schools. Because Petauke Central, the schools, they are in the radius of 15 to 20 kilometers. Now, how can you expect a 5-year-old child to start grade 1 and moving every day 15 kilometers just to go and access education? So it's a sorry sign. That's why in Petauke, as for me, because of distance, I started school at 12-year-old. And my tongue was already washed with vermiculite.
He also claims that education, health and infrastructure, water and sanitation, as well as telecommunications have been neglected in Petauke.
Just to access health facility or treatment, you need to move about 15-20 kilometers. You can imagine how bad things are. That's why we are losing a lot of people in almost every day, the minimum of 5.
Mr. Banda also claims he is the best person the PF was supposed to adopt other than the adopted candidate, DORA SILIYA.
Petauke Central, ofuna wameneneo, maona naona bana pitamo, wanipangira mirandu, izi na izi, and bantu wangu Petauke. Nangu angako mafoni mwangala mtumira mkuti na presidenti aliye uyo mutima, koma, mu Central Committee muli bantu 64. Muli pali 64, a president alimo beka. So, upeze kuti abaki na guli wa onse romba orobeka president ofuna akwanishe tyani nichovuta ngako. So please wantu osabaika kwa president pa adoption veve onkaramo tyala komabala 53 ndiye batufunko blema osata president pa adoption. So mwemwe nzongara muntumira mafoni kupetauke kuti ya president achitransitetyo osakamba kamba ni uti wa central.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
New Heritage Party Deputy Secretary General Edwin Zulu has acknowledged having difficulties in meeting the number of candidates to present as verification at the Electoral Commission of Zambia. In an interview with Camnet TV after filing in the nomination, Mr. Zulu explains that Heritage Party has come to reclaim what belongs to the Zambian people. He notes that for a long time the Zambian people have lost out on what belongs to them to foreign hands, but assures the Zambian people that with the coming of the New Heritage Party, Zambians will reclaim what belongs to them. New Heritage Party is the only party fielding in female president among the 18 candidates expected to contest in the August general election.
To get our inheritance, our heritage. The Zambians are missing out on their heritage. Foreigners and other people that are the ones who are enjoying. So we're saying when we come back into office, or when we come into office, we ensure that Zambians have their heritage. The land, the waters, the natural resources, the minerals, we will give them back equally and equitably. So that's what we want to do. And also we want to ensure that poverty is eradicated, that only all the Zambians have enough. We're not whereby we have 20% or 10% doing very well, but 80% are doing very poorly. So we're coming on the table to actually bring sanity. We don't believe in violence. We're also coming on the table to bring politics of reasoning and not confrontation. At the same time, the woman has got a lot of experience and background in the corporate world, and so she'll be able to give her experience, and we'll be able to help her so that this nation can go forward, because we've suffered a lot. Since independence, we have not gotten anything that belongs to us. Card-bearing members, in fact, we're the only party that has got cards. And also at the same time, we spoke the message about CHILUFYA and about an heritage, and so they bought into it. The ones that came are our members. We don't buy members, we don't even hire members. So the ones that came are going forward also to support us on 12th August, even to vote for us to vote for CHILUFYA.
The Human Rights Commission has called for a peaceful and human rights protection environment ahead of 12th August 2021 elections. The Commission, through its chairperson Madvot Z. Mwandenga, says the maintenance of law and order and protection of human rights and freedom is cardinal to the holding of genuine, free and fair elections that reflect the will of the people as stipulated by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Mr. Mwandenga has also called for the respect of inclusive participation of all stakeholders, the rule of law and human rights and constitutionalism. He further discouraged politics of violence or any form of lawlessness that have potential to undermine the integrity and legitimacy of the election outcome. Mr. Mwandenga says it is the Commission's desire that all laws related to the electoral process, including the provision of the Public Order Act, are adhered to.
Hearing after vote, the Commission is calling for a peaceful environment conducive to the protection of human rights before, during, and after the elections. The maintenance of law and order, protection of human rights and freedoms is cardinal to the holding of genuine, free, and fair elections that reflects the will of the people as stipulated by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The will of the people shall be the basis of the authority of governments. This will shall be expressed in periodic and genuine elections, which shall be by universal and equal suffrage, and shall be held by secret votes or by equivalent free voting procedures.
Economic and Equity Party President CHILUFYA TAYALI has pleaded not guilty before Lusaka Magistrate Court Thursday morning for alleging that President Edgar Lungu has been funding and protecting self-proclaimed Patriotic Front National Commander Innocent Kalimanshi, who he claims he is the personification of hooliganism, violence and anarchy in the nation. This is in a matter in which the 47-year-old politician and a businessman has been charged with one count of defamation of the president contrary to the laws of Zambia. Appearing before Magistrate Alice Walusiku, Tayali, who is being represented by former Director of Public Prosecutions DPP Mutambonchito, has since been granted a 20,000 kwacha bail in his own recognizance and 2 working sureties in the like sum after spending a week-long in detention.
After spending 8 days in custody, Economic and Equity Party President CHILUFYA TAYALI can finally see the light of the day, following the court granting him bail in the sum of 20,000 kwacha in his own recognizance. The accused was arrested last week Thursday on the 6th of May 2021 following his live Facebook video where he alleged that President Edgar Lungu was behind the funding and protecting self-proclaimed Patriotic Front Commander Innocent Kalimanshi, who he claimed is a personification of hooliganism, violence and anarchy in the nation, made his appearance before the magistrate court this morning. The accused, who is being represented by former Director of Public Prosecutions State Counsel Mutambonchito, denied the offense of defamation of the president that he has been charged with before Magistrate Alice Walusiku. Allegations are that between the 2nd and 5th of May 2021, with intent to bring the name of the president into hatred, ridicule, contempt, published a video clip which was defamatory against the head of state.
When I see wrong things, my blood boils. My blood boils. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. And I have very strong principles, very strong principles. And those strong principles that I have is to fight for justice. It appears President Edgar Lungu, he is actually the supporter and funder of Kalimanshi. He is the supporter and financer of Kalimanshi. And to say the least, that is hypocritical for a president who has been talking against violence. It's hypocritical. Because when you look at Kalimanshi, Kalimanshi is a personification of violence, of hooliganism, of anarchy in this country.
However, Tayali is expected to appear before court on the 23rd of June 2021 for commencement of his trial and prove his allegations. Miriam Kemba reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, we'll take a look at the headlines once again. CHILUFYA TAYALI maintains his allegation against President Lungu. PF's BANDA disgraces PF's DORA SILIYA as he goes solo. That is all. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Pleasant viewing and good afternoon.